The Nubian community in Kenya is descended from soldiers transported forcibly from Sudan by the British colonial government a century ago. Although over 100,000 Nubians have lived in Kenya for decades, they are unable to access Kenyan citizenship and remain stateless. My desire to answer the question why leads me to Kibera slums, a place they know to be their ancestral home. On demobilization, the British colonial authorities refused to allow Nubians to return to Sudan, instead settling them in Kibera in Nairobi and other parts of Kenya where they still live today. And after independence, consecutive governments perpetuated this treatment by refusing to acknowledge the Nubians as citizens. Today, the citizenship of Kenyan Nubians is still not assured.
Wazee wakawa keleleshwa, wazungu wakaona hii keleleshwa mbali na Kenyatta, ndio wakalete wazee hapo Kibera. Walipofika hapo Kibera, maana Kibera ni nini? Forest. Kakuta Kibera hii ikawa forest, hakuna mtu, hakuna nini, forest ndio imejaa. Sasa wazungu wakasema mzuri, wazee waje wakae wapi? Hapo Kibera. Na ndio wazee wakaja wakaweka maskani yao wapi? Hapo Kibera.
The problem is the British did not give Nubians the land tenure. And at the end of it, when Kenya got independent, they said, oh, we left each and everything for Nubians with the new regime, which is Jomo Kenyatta.
The Kenyans from the Nubian community, they continue to live on the margins of society, blocked from acquiring national identity cards and other vital documents necessary to work officially, go to school, and even vote. Today, every Nubian application for an ID card is vetted by a local grassroots committee before it is officially sent to the capital, Nairobi, something that is not done for other tribes in this country.
It built into different challenges each and every day. Bottlenecks for the youths of the Nubian child acquiring ID. There is vetting process. There is abuse of discretion, whereby a registrar can think of actually asking for a birth certificate of a grandfather or a grandmother. Bearing in mind, the old people did not even have documentation.
It is only Nubians young men and women were reaching 18. They will be going for their IDs on Tuesday and Thursday, not like any other Kenyan, from Monday to Friday. You see? And it is only a Nubian child who will be asked unnecessary documentation, because we all versed with chapter 3 of the Constitution. The requirements are there. But that is not what is happening to Nubians.
Many face substantial delays in obtaining their ID card or never succeed in doing so and are left essentially stateless. Without an ID card, they cannot vote, travel, attend university, get married, obtain official employment, enter government buildings, purchase property, or carry out many other essential everyday tasks. According to Article 14 of the Kenyan Constitution, a person is a citizen by birth if on the day of the person's birth, whether or not the person is born in Kenya, either the mother or father of the person is a citizen. Clause 1 applies equally to a person born before the effective date, whether or not the person was born in Kenya, if either the mother or father of the person is or was a citizen. Parliament may enact legislation limiting the effect of Clause 1 and 2 on the descendants of Kenyan citizens who are born outside Kenya. A child found in Kenya who is or appears to be less than 8 years of age and whose nationality and parents are not known is presumed to be a citizen by birth. A person who is a Kenyan citizen by birth and who has ceased to be a Kenyan citizen because the person acquired citizenship of another country is entitled on application to regain Kenyan citizenship. By registration, a person who has been lawfully resident in Kenya for a continuous period of at least 7 years and who satisfies the conditions prescribed by an Act of Parliament may apply to be registered as a citizen. 2022, many have lived and died in this country, but not much has changed for the community, which continues to suffer discrimination and marginalization by the authorities. Today, they cry of having to deal with discrimination in a country they have lived all their life.
The recognition of Nubi is one of the most unfortunate issues that has happened to a community in Kenya. Bearing in mind, all communities came from somewhere. When you think about the Bantus, they came from somewhere. Think about the Nilotes, they came from somewhere. It's basically Kenya, everyone came from somewhere.
Sasa ile fikiri ndio wameleta ya kuongoza Kenya, ndio unaona bado tunabaguliwa, lakini ina hakika wale watoto watazaliwa itakuwa haina shida yote.
Somebody like Kibaki, I cannot say Kibaki has a bad blood with Nubians, no. Today Uhuru, no. It must be British. British must have told this government, angalieni hii watu na macho mbili.
This lack of effective access to citizenship leaves them with a second-class status, condemned to live in poverty. The African Commission on Human and People's Rights found that Kenya's arbitrary procedures that restrict access to identity documents based on an individual's religious or ethnic identity violated the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. According to the Nubian Rights Forum Executive Director, the Kenyan government has remained reserved on the property rights of Nubians in the ancestral homeland of Kibera, insisting that they are squatters on government land.
We're just fighting discrimination. We're just fighting the reason why our land has already been taken away. If you see the whole of Langata, that is Nubian land. If you see the whole of Jamhuri, that is Nubian land. Started from Mochari, City Mochari, going to Wilson Airport, and then to Bomas, to Karen, coming this side.
Indeed, there is much that still needs to be done. The Kenyan Nubians are left in an enclave of poverty, marginalized from the rest of the society and with few life prospects, while other communities living in Kibera have the option of returning to their ancestral homes. The Nubians in Kenya have only one ancestral home, Kibera. Anodida, Primetime News.